President-elect Donald Trump continues unveiling new appointments to his cabinet and other staff posts.
WGN's Courtney Spinelli been tracking those and joins us with the latest. Courtney.
Hey, good evening to you both. Today, Trump formally announced his choice to lead the Interior Department and a newly created National Energy Council. Even with more appointments being revealed, many on Capitol Hill are still reeling over other picks, including who Trump tapped to head up the Justice Department.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Governor Doug Burgum.
North Dakota's governor is one of President-elect Donald Trump's latest picks to serve in his cabinet as Secretary of the Interior. Trump says the National Energy Council Burgum will lead will in part, quote, oversee the path to U.S. energy dominance by cutting red tape. He claims it will also enhance private sector investments and focus on innovation over, quote, long-standing but totally unnecessary regulation. After Burgum's failed presidential bid, he endorsed Trump and spent months traveling to help him drum up support. According to the New York Times, Burgum served as liaison between Trump and oil billionaires he hoped would contribute to his campaign. Burgum received high praise from the president-elect Thursday during a gala at his Mar-a-Lago estate.
And we're going to do things with energy and with land, interior, that is going to be incredible.
Trump is asking Republican leaders in the Senate, who will hold a majority in the chamber next year, to allow recess appointments to skip over Senate confirmation. It's not clear if a move like this would be fully supported by GOP senators, especially with several controversial nominations, but not everyone is against Trump's picks.
President Trump has made his selections, has made his picks, and I think the Senate should do everything they possibly can to approve those.
Turmoil in Washington has boiled over in the appointment of Matt Gaetz to serve as Attorney General. The ethics panel had been investigating Gaetz over child sex trafficking allegations. He denied any wrongdoing and resigned from Congress right before a report was set to be released.
I spent almost 6 years in that department, and the American people deserve a lot better than that.
ABC News now reports a Florida attorney told them his client witnessed Gaetz having sex with a minor, something she testified to. Senate Judiciary Democrats penned a letter to the House Ethics Committee asking the report on the investigation into Gaetz be made public. House Speaker Mike Johnson is pushing back, saying he will strongly request the report not be released.
It's one thing to pick people who are loyal to the president, it's another to pick people who are so patently unqualified.
Meantime, other picks, including Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s appointment as U.S. Health Secretary, also taking heat.
He is totally unqualified for this job. He is engaged in quack science and crazy theories right and left.
Several days ago, Trump announced Pete Hegseth to lead the Defense Department. The Washington Post now released a report detailing a complaint shared with Trump's team where a woman claims Hegseth assaulted her after a Republican conference. Trump's team was reportedly caught by surprise by the allegation, which did not result in charges, and it's not clear whether it could change anything. Back to you guys.